G'day, welcome, Early Crow, episode 27. Is that Juzzy's number?
Yeah, Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Shout out to the great man. He went in there and got stuck in the Baker after he did a bit of a dirty act again. He was first in when the big ginger took out Harry. There's a lot to love about Juzz. And we're going to get to him later on when we talk about you and him enjoying a bit of Hugba League. Boys, I thought we'd kick off with a gentle recap of what we're allowed to recap of what was a smoky and extremely hot MCG on Sunday. It was a late start, a bit too late for the kids, Tom. How was your day overall, early especially? We'll build through it, we'll get through it. I'll talk about my day, how I got there and how I might have stuffed up a little bit too.
It was, you were doing a touch on Saturday night. On Saturday. We obviously got there Saturday, so we had the captain's run, and obviously it was a bit flattening as we got the captain's run in the middle of the races here and there, trying to sneak a few races when we're, signed a few footies and saying hello to a few fans that come down. So,
Brad, did you notice that I didn't notice any sort of drop off in the WhatsApp at all through Saturday?
Yeah, trying to sneak in a few races. Do you mean trying to sneak in a few signatures? And we're watching the races the whole time and then just waving at the kids every now and again. Hey kids, how you going? And they're just...
I had 4 and I had 28 touches and kicked 4 last week. I don't need to do it. Leave me alone.
But yeah, so there was a bit of here and there, but then we got that done and got back to the hotel. I think I still got the quaddie, and so me and Juzzy were in my room for a bit. Went down, had dinner, then actually there was a good game of rugby league on. And anyway, we thought we'd go up there and we might have a little bet on the same thing of what was it again? We're on
Titans?
the
Dolphins.
We're on the Fins. Yeah, we're on the Fins, and I was on them before the game starts, and Juzzy forgot to actually put it on. So Juzzy, fuck. He got on the Betfair, and he actually, this is gold. I was like, mate, it's like 255 on 260 on Neds. Just ring up and say, no, fuck that. I'm going to take 210 here, Betfair quick. So he quickly gets on 210 Betfair. So it just takes 210 when 260 is available at Neds or something. Anyway, we're cheering at home. We've got 5-6 packets of lollies each. Actually, I got a packet of fizzes. You know those fizzes like the sticks.
Oh,
we had a 10 pack. We had a 10 pack of them, and then we also had what are they? Oh, Sour Patch Kids. There you go. We had a packet of them and then some chocolate. So it was a good Saturday night. Then obviously the Fins won. We actually turned it off because about halfway through the second half because the game already was over. So we had a great Saturday night, and then rolled into Sunday. And yeah, the Tigers were pretty good. They were a bit too good for us in the day. We were a little bit off. They were good, and yeah, the MCG is actually in immaculate condition. Some of the best I've ever seen it. Been playing for 10 years, and I can't remember it being as good as it is.
Bounced back from the big Swifty concert straight away. The Cauldron. Did you guys have a little play on the Sharks Raiders game as well?
Oh yeah. So this sums up the day really.
Yeah, I think there might have been a few toys thrown out of the cot, Pratty.
It was really good.
Yeah, Sunday we got on the bus and obviously had a shit day. We had a loss. We're like, oh, fuck it, is the rugby on? And the rugby was on halfway through, and one of my men that I follow is actually he was on the Raiders. Yeah, he's on the Raiders at the line before the game, and they were already losing. So we're like, oh no, there'll be value. Actually, they were a draw. I'm like, yeah, we'll get on live. So we got on live. As soon as we get on, we turn it on and try straight to the Sharks. So we're already gone. And then I was like, oh, I had $10 on that. And then we're like, oh no, we'll back him again. So we backed him again, about $4. And then 5 minutes later they score again and we were fucked. So that sums up the Sunday we had.
Juzzy says that the Dolphins game you guys started poorly. You guys had a little tanny, went off and got more snacks. Then returned to your room, and at one point he's mentioned pulse and that the joint was absolutely heaving.
Yeah, we were high fiving next to each other in bed, like yeah. Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. It's so fun. Like it's just good. Away trips are actually so fun. And when me and Juzzy are just like kids, like we're pretty. Yeah,
What, 6 packets of lollies? Yeah, I would say kids for sure.
yeah. I actually reckon. I'd honestly reckon if there wouldn't be many more people in Australia that eat more lollies than me and Juzzy. I'm actually being honest.
Has that always been the case? Like when you were like, you know, under 18s trying to get drafted, take yourself real serious. Was it like, was the old man saying, "Hey, I can eat some proper shit, Tom, for fuck's sake. Have a pasta."
Well, if you know me well, my teeth are pretty fucked, and I think it's from the lollies I've been eating from since I was 7 years old. So I'll blame it on Mum, but yeah, I've been eating them from a young age, and Juzzy always said he had a lolly jar at home as well.
Well, we've learned about his childish dietary habits when he was on the show last time. Hates tomato sauce. Back to the Tigers game. It was flat. Did you feel it was flat from the start? Like you were second to the footy a bit?
Yeah, we were just flat throughout the day. It's just you sort of felt that, and you tried to change it, and it's one of those games where we couldn't change. It was Richmond were pretty good. Like you got to give credit to them though. They stopped what we would like to do. Like we like to turn the ball over. They were chipping around us, and we couldn't stop it, and they did really well. So credit to them. But yeah, it was a bit flat. We just weren't ourselves. We had a bit of an off game, but also you can't take away anything from Richmond.
Oh, you can't, because you're an AFL player and you can't say certain things. I can. Something like that free kick at the end that involved you. You fed it to Warner Jr., who was about to level it up almost. Like, boy, oh boy, wowie. They were pissing themselves in the commentary box. Like, pissing themselves. It was a day up. It summed up my day. I put Lenny down an hour early. This is the first mistake I made. So I thought they're not going to last a day, so stuff trying to get them through a whole game and come and see you after a game, it just won't work. So I'll come and try and see you before, like you said. Because they are, if Pratty and Tom come around my joint, it's going to be a quiet 35 minutes for Pratty, because Tom is... they thought Tom won on Saturday. That's how much they love him. So I thought I'll get in there early so they can see Tommy. Get him in the Everest, pumping all the tunes they love, going song for song, perfect. I had about 15 minutes up my sleeve to come and see her. Parked, I knew where I could park, everything's going perfect. And then I entered the MCG at just the first gate I saw, because I had 2 sets of tickets, so I could get in wherever I wanted. I thought I'd just go in here and have a look, and it was dead set the fucking opposite end to where you guys would be. And then I made the fatal decision to not go out and just walk around and cop it sweet. I tried to go through, under the thing, with Lenny on my shoulders, Darcy on my hip, because he can't walk that fast. I'm starting to sweat. Give up. Go around. Darcy goes, "Dad, go do a piss." Just as we've left the grandstand. Gone back out. So I had to go and find a joint for him to have a whiz. By that point, I just gave up. And we missed you. So I apologise about that. They still thanked you very much. I think they think you got the tickets. And they thought you had a blinder. They thought you won. And, yeah, it was a long day. But a good day. We sat on the second level, full direct sunlight in the smoke. I'm trying to have a beer because I just needed one beer. Got a pie, got them chips, but it's too hot for them to eat chips. Yeah. They're just dying. So we ended up watching the second quarter in the grandstand, just on a TV. And then at halftime we called it. Anyway.
Is that Darcy's first game as well?
Nah, it's about probably his third or fourth. We watched a game at Etihad, or whatever it's called now, when Tommy and the boys rolled Western Bulldogs, which was fucking enjoyable for me after that grand final. We watched Melbourne beat us last year. That was the last one I remember taking them to. But yeah, tips for parents out there taking kids: give yourself an extra half an hour. Take water, snacks. Sunscreen them up before you get there, even if it's the middle of an autumn.
You need a mate to help you out.
Yeah, shout out to Toots, Andrew Danoon. He and his missus came because we had good seats. I was like, I sent them the thing, and they dressed up a bit, and they just cooked. Very hot. But yeah, that's probably my tip for taking kids. Just prior planning prevents piss poor performance.
I went yesterday. I went and watched Geelong Hawthorn. I took. They didn't hardly bag search like they used to because they got all those scanners there now as well. So it's easy to take stuff in. Whereas 3 years ago, before COVID, it was an absolute nightmare. You'd stand there in the bag line for about 35 minutes for them to search what's going through your bag. And I was just mate, there's a few muesli bars and shit.
You don't know this yet, but you're about to, Pratty, eventually. And I'm sure you will one day, Tom. If you take your kids one out as a dad, it is what I call reverse sexism. And the seas just part and people help you. They're just like, oh, what a good bloke, what a good dad. Yeah, mate, I'll help you. But it's really handy because you get away with everything. You get help with everything. A little bit of it, help with the park. You can park there, mate. No worries, that sort of stuff.
That's a
My bag didn't get checked. I jumped straight to the front of the line.
Nah, I didn't sneak anything in. We just, my missus is pregnant, Michelle, so just took in a few snacks and then obviously put the raincoat in yesterday when the downpour happened. It made it fucking piss down and we're sitting there and I'm looking at the umpires going, why are they walking towards the boundary? And then everybody's totally going off to the boundary and I'm like, all right, let's get out of here. So,
yeah.
But yeah, back to the game as well, mate. Heaney, is he in career best form at the moment? I think he had 27 and kicked 2 again. He's unbelievable, eh?
Yeah, he's going unreal. It's good. He's it's pretty hard to put 4 in a row together like he has. He's going unreal. He's just a big beast. Go forward, play inside. He's hard to stop. So it's good to see he's probably not many boys played well on the weekend, but he's obviously a clear standout again. It's good to see. He's a good man, and when he's on, he's on. It's good to watch.
Gather around next week. So you're going to Melbourne, come back. When do you leave for Adelaide? You got a huge game against West Coast. Nothing to win, everything to lose.
We head up there Thursday. I'm pretty flat, buddy. Last year we played Friday night against the Tigers, kicked 6, and now I've got to go out to bloody Mount Barker. So a bit flat about that, but it should be alright. We something different out in the country. It'd be I've played a few JLTs out in Wagga Wagga, but Mount Barker will be interesting. It was
You got a bit of history in Adelaide, don't you? Bit of family.
Yeah. My family's from there, so I'll be heading out there. So mum's from there, so a few cousins and that they'll be going. Little cousins, they love it actually. They're what are they? About 14 to about 10, and they are absolutely mad for it. They would know every single player. They know the scores from last year, every game nearly. They're sick for it, so it's good.
When's that? Friday night? Get to have a good weekend over in Adelaide again. I think you did the winery the last year. Be able to watch the races, play a bit of golf.
After kicking 6 and having 25, you left that out of there as well, Paps. I had a quick look.
We last year was good. We played on the Friday night and we actually went to a winery and we were tasting about 10 a.m. and then me and Wilbur had a interview at 11 o'clock on Triple M and we had a good laugh with that. So it was good. But yeah, this year my sister lives in the Sunshine Coast, so I've seen the family a couple of weeks ago up there. I had a wedding, so this year I'm going up to Noosa to see my sister. We've got to buy after next week, so 4 days off, which is nice. Some nice courses up there. Might have to get out in the course.
I played a game of golf up there, and the bloke in front of me, then behind me, he let me through. Jason Ackermanis.
Huh.
Really?
Hits him good. He wasn't his fault. He was slow. He was with 3 battlers, but good etiquette.
He got done. Did he get done doing the wrong thing on the golf course? I thought he got done for
allegedly
cheating one day. Allegedly, yeah.
I don't know, but the way he let us through was that's all I want from a golfer at a club.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He knew his mates were slow. You need the bloke in the group who knows what he's doing to not hold up the other group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm tipping him. Anything else? West Coast?
it'd be good to see Harley Reid go about his work. He's obviously a young gun, so look
He
forward
hasn't played on Juzzy yet, has he? Welcome to first grade, son.
Look forward to watching him play, and hopefully he doesn't do too much, but should be a good game with something different in Mount Barker, and play West Coast and hopefully get a win, have a few days off.
We'll be back after a very short break. I'm getting a beer.
Yep.
Let's go back to the rugby league, Paps. Was it Friday night that the Broncos played the Cowboys?
Yep. Yeah.
It was
it was
wet.
pissing down.
It was
wet.
Absolutely pissing down. It's that cool. And boy, oh boy, wowee. It was a great game of football. It was a tactical game of rugby league, and it was a pleasure to watch. How'd you see it?
It was actually was in the wet. It was at the start it was a good game, but Drinkwater, gee whiz, he couldn't catch a cold. Was obviously pretty hard in the wet, but I was on the Cowboys in my tip for the NRL Crows, so I was pretty flat with the way things were going. And Broncos looked good without Reece Walsh. I thought without Reece Walsh, they haven't been playing that well, and then to lose him, they were going to struggle to make the line, but they pantsed him. So full credit to the Broncos, and maybe this kick starts next season along.
I thought Adam Reynolds' kicking game was looked unbelievable. He put those beautiful spiral floaters onto Drinkwater's head, which changed the tone of the match. But when he wasn't in position to do that, he kicked the corners, he set him up. I thought he was clutch all night.
Yeah, or you can blame Drinkwater, but Drinkwater will be blaming his blokes not for getting at Reynolds enough, because he was just able to get the ball in the right spot and just launch it. Like, you got to have a bit of pressure. Poor bloke was just getting absolute missiles into the air, floating, wet, and he's just coming off like bloody bouncing ball.
You know how you said, like on one of our earlier episodes, you love to play under and with Toby Green? Pat Carrigan would be like, for me, like, he is a fucking Adonis. He is just a nut trucker of such an elite caliber. He's weight for age Group 1. He doesn't have bad games. He just rocks up and gets through his work. He would be a joy to be around.
Yeah, and he looks like he'd be good off the field as well. Loves a beer.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be very good off the field, actually. I also thought the other thing out of that game, from the Broncos' point of view, is young Sailor, like, who replaced Reece Walsh. Like, he's very, very good. What do they do with him? They can't not play him, can they?
Well, how long was Walsh out for? Was it broken cheekbone, or did he just have to get that scar to heal?
I don't know.
Is that why he was out?
I want to chime in, but I'm a bit hesitant, being April Fool's Day yesterday. I heard that Walsh was training with a helmet on, with something protecting his face, and he was out on the track during the week. I don't know if it's April Fool's. I cannot confirm.
As a producer and like the sort of glue that's supposed to hold two idiots together, if you could make sure what you bring to the table's, researched and correct, it'd be a good start.
Yeah,
it sounds like bullshit to me.
Sounds like bullshit to me as well.
Thought the Panthers were pretty good against the Chooks without
pretty good
Cleary.
I thought they wiped them like a dirty ass. Like,
they were good.
The scoreline didn't do it justice. They killed them. They're quite an amazing football organisation. Doesn't matter who drops in or drops out. They just deliver.
They better without Luai?
Yeah, but he was good. I think they are, but he was good. He goes to the West Tigers, doesn't he, next year?
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they've got that Luke Galvin, who, if you watched on Sunday, was very, very good again. He's 18 years old and played 5'8". So I don't know if he's going to become a halfback to Luai or what, but the West Tigers look like they're pretty well placed to be competitive over the next sort of 3 to 4 years to me. The way they play, that Happy Coruscant, Benji Marshall.
Benji Marshall, that's it.
How's this, Paps? You'll love this. Guess what Benji did game day morning?
What?
This might be worth just dropping in a team meeting when Horse is around. Have a guess. First year coach. Worst team in the comp. Played comp at Concord.
Really?
Then he went out and they beat Parramatta, who are like top 4 side.
The team did or he did?
He did.
That's great.
He's been on record saying that he works a 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5 job, and that outside of hours, like, he's just a dad and just goes about his life. I love that. That's such a good perspective to look at life. Like, I think people forget that they are people at the end of the day. Yeah, like, he's got a young family and he's got other interests. Like, why not? If that's what. If you can switch on and do what you need to do when you need to do it, of course, go play golf.
Yeah,
That's
some people like to play golf, some people like to play Tetris. You do you.
Yeah, Juzzy, you do you.
I tell you what is good. Actually, like putting your AirPods in and having a little chip and putt before a game to kill time. It's really.
At the SCG, is that in the simulator, or are you letting them roll out to a hat, or what are you doing?
Nah, just a few little chips and putts here in the backyard, mate.
Okay. One of my favourite things from the weekend's rugby league was back to the Broncos was their hats. Those big cowboy hats. I'm getting one. 100% I'm getting one. I love them that
Reece
much.
Walsh's in the box wearing it.
I need one. I'm thinking June Magic Millions. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to buy a Flying Artie or a Dundee or something. I'm going to have a hat on. Want to do it.
Surely the godfather of irrigation can give you a chop out there and tell you where to go.
Jimbo promised me a hat once upon a time, but he has given me 12 yellow Pro V1, so he's in the clear.
He's now the godfather of irrigation, Paps, the great man Jimbo.
What's he done now?
He knows everything about turf, you know.
Everything, absolutely everything. That's rugby league. Very good weekends, rugby league again. The tipping comp, there's good information within it. I told you at the start, I said, watch Mick Ryan. He'll probably win, and he's out in front already. I'll be fading Pratty, and I'll be following Mick Ryan. That's what I'll be doing in the NRL. Ponies, eyes on ponies.
You come back to the pack, you come back to Kingsley. Is it you and who's on 7? You, Kingsley, and
yeah, I didn't want to sort of, pump myself up,
Harry.
But yeah.
Juzzy and Lloydie. So there's a few behind him. Yeah.
Harry's bounced back from an awful, week prior, near-death experience to a phenomenal week on the punt. Full credit to Harry. Can't keep a good man down. Speaking of Harry, let's pivot to the golf. It was a very, very fun Monday morning. Public holiday too, so there's even more boys in the WhatsApp, but we're all able to watch, and we had runners galore. There was a bunch of us on Scheffler, and one H. Cunningham, who really bounced back from a horrific week prior to great set in the rugby league, and then he found the winner. And I don't know if Harry's a man of God. I doubt it, looking at him. But I know Scotty Scheffler is, and Scotty Scheffler loves God, and God loves Scotty. But I don't know if Scotty's using Scotty Cameron, but God does not love Scotty Cameron, because that thing fucking abandoned him again on Sunday. That horrific 3-putt on the last, on their Saturday, our Sunday, proved to be very costly. And it fell in the lap of H. Cunningham, who kicks away to an enormous lead now in our Leg 2, Tournament 2 of our Early Crow Golf Club boys.
Yes, I was screaming "get done" as it's $40 winner. It's very, very handy lead. So I'm in Bondi. Cano's in Little Bay. He probably nearly heard me saying "get done" when.
That's a good insight, guys. To playing at home, like how much this means to everyone involved. It's not about the money; it's just about the pride. Paps was not on anyone in contention; he just wanted someone to be stopped.
And I might have had a bet on Sheffield at $6, 3 holes to play.
Double insult to injuries.
So when Scotty missed that putt, and I've yelled "fuck," my missus is like, "What the fuck are you so keen on golf for?" Watching it for first starters, and then. Yeah, Connor might have heard me. So, good bounce back from Connor. He's done well in NRL and the golf, so credit to Connor.
How is the great man? Is he pulled up sweet? Is he back? Going okay?
Yeah, he's pulled up good, I think. He should be ready to go, I reckon. I think he's got to get through training tomorrow. And she's all systems go. Good to have him back.
What do we think of the golf at the moment? I mean, it's proven to be quite
Masters
difficult.
This week?
Next week. We've got the...
Next week. We have got the Texas Open, which is an interesting topic in itself, Tom, something I thought I'd ask you about. there's a man who has a phenomenal, an outstanding record at this tournament, and he's not an outstanding golfer.
The green glove.
He wears green gloves. Pratty loves him for top 10 gear. He lost in a playoff at the Phoenix Open. Charlie Hoffman. He is like, this is his deck. And I thought you could attempt to give the listener some insight as an athlete, a pro athlete. Why would he overperform so consistently versus his par at one joint? Like, are there things that trigger you mentally to feel better, to perform better, or what do you think?
I don't know. It's a good question. A bit like the horses, though. Some are track and trip specialists. And you wonder why. But I reckon even like now knowing he plays well there, he's got that confidence to stand up on the ball and say, yeah, I know this joint. This joint's good to me. It could be that. I like playing. I don't know. Adelaide Oval's always been nice to me, so when I rock up there, I love playing there, and then I just play good there. It's weird, but yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. It's with every sport though, isn't it?
So when you played the Adelaide Oval the first time, do you remember that day? Did you feel like good before you started? Like you was walking around warming up and going, "Oh, I like this joint," or is it kind of like, I've had a couple of big games here. I love playing here because I've had big games here.
Yeah, it's more that. I reckon my first game would have been my second or third game. It was Adelaide, and they were pretty good. It was heaving. And I reckon I had a shocker. I was small forwards, third game, I had a shocker. But then the next time I went back there, played well. I think we won by... I think I might have kicked the last goal, kicked the winner.
That means he did in play.
Yeah, ripping the lines there.
And then as I've got older, I've sort of liked the bigger grounds, and then I've obviously kicked a few goals there, played nice. It's good.
6 goals, 2 and 25.
And the crowd's always good there as well. Good atmosphere, always doing you. It's always nice when it's silent there because you're on top.
Beautiful. Are we playing Adelaide Oval this year?
We'd have to be, wouldn't we?
You'd think so. I think with Hoffman, there's got to be an angle to, like, when you play different golf courses at our level, there's just holes and courses that suit you and your shapes and your eye better than other golf courses.
Mm.
I think that the great man that fed me the Hoffman mail, he said, I reckon as bigger the fairways are bigger and fatter there, so he feels a lot less pressure off the tee.
Mm.
Things like that.
Yeah, because when you get, it's the same with like on a different level, but when you got a tight, like you can't miss left or right, and it's an OB and you got to hit another one and hit it there, you actually hit it there and you're fucked. But when it's like wide open spaces, you're just free and you just bomb it.
Yeah, like I score better on certain types of golf courses. Those skinny ones with big trees kill me.
Mm.
Anyway, no one gives a fuck.
Speaking of golf, Jakey Constanti, one of the all-time absolute mares he had yesterday, 21 points, the coast. 21 points, and the thing with this story, we might have had a wager who's going to have the lower handicap before end of July or something. I'm like, mate, you're absolutely kidding yourself. You're a battler. And I think he's 16, but should be 20, the way he's been playing. And he was into me the other week for having 27, into me, and then I've come out and had 40 the next time I played, and then he's come out and had 21 2 weeks later.
Young Jakey can overrate. He's just a young fella that decided to lip up on that par 5 and we were playing for cash at Bonnie and proceeded to put 2 into the driving range.
Yeah, it's and that's a good old Tanty as well. It's good.
Yeah, you got to be careful at that age though. That you can't be snapping clubs and replacing them.
Or not replacing them. One of the two. I played Sunday, had 93 off the stick, so it was a lot better than the 106 the week before and about 130 the week before that.
What deck though?
93 off the stick though. Off the stick's hard.
That's not too bad. I was going.
What course?
At a joint near me, Keilor. Yeah, pretty open. bit like what you were saying. I do all right on the more open courses, less trees, the better. Being reasonably happy with myself.
That course that we played with Farjack, the second course that day.
Oh,
they'll break like an average golfer. I think they would just break you. If you don't hit the fairways or the first cut, your ball's dead.
Yeah, that'd be no good for me.
Anyway, that's enough golf. Let's go. Let's talk eyes on ponies. Another pathetic, poor weekend for myself. For the Crow. Started so well. Still playing with that profit, but I really need a lift. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, just steamed into Estriella. Decided to steam in the bright side instead.
Responsibly.
Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858, or visit the website if you or anyone you know has an issue with gambling. But Estriella, boys, I think it was the run of a very, very good horse. Thoughts?
And the money said it was as well, really, didn't it?
I wanted to wait, so it was 320. I made it like 270, and I wanted to wait and just confirm that the track was going to be like fair to even or outside suited down the straight. And it was just so biased to the outside lanes that the next time I looked, she was 270, and I thought, oh, that's a bit of an overreaction. I'll just wait and try and get $3. You asked me.
Yeah, I went out to the I went out and put an order in on Betfair at $3, and then went out and gave my phone to the physio. Said, "Let me know how this goes," and he said it bolted in, and I'm like, "Yeah, fucking oath." And he said it's jumped at $2. The actual bus driver, it's just fucking gold actually. The bus driver, me and Lloydie and a couple of boys are walking in, and he's like, "Oh, it's pissed in." He's watching Australia, and what to pay? He's like $2.10 on the totes. I'm like, what? The bus driver's just kicking one home. It was fucking gold.
That's unreal. What makes you think it's that special, Dicko?
It's spiraling like upward. It's banking big fat numbers. It settles on speed. It's in the right sort of camp to get better. The longer they have it, the way he talked about her after the race, she's not finished yet. They're very, very good numbers. They're compared. Like, I think she's a Group 1 filly now, and she has a bit more improvement in her. Capable of anything. What they want to do with her is a different story. Like, I think if three of us owned her, we wouldn't be going near the big races this prep or next, probably. You'd try and go and get something done in Adelaide and in Brisbane at that sort of tier down just to fatten up her page. She's a very valuable mare now, or she will be. She's by I'm Invincible. They paid, I think, $750,000 for her. So she would have had a good page, great type, done the job already. We want to try and get that Group 1, and then the next prep, I think she's capable of being the next sort of good sprinter in this country. She's not a mile off Imperatrice, and if she met her at a handicap, we'll wait for 8. She's going to get her shot.
Is the camp likely to do that, the Mark camp? Will they pick their way through, or they be wanting to get that big one on the page and then call it a day?
I think that they pick their way through. You never know, though. I think it's also looking at her pedigree and some of her stats and form, I think she'd be vulnerable on soft to heavy tracks, and that's all you're going to see in Sydney anyway. So I'd say Adelaide and Brisbane's probably favourite. She was 28 days between runs on Saturday, I think, top of my head. Kieran's a trainer that likes to space his horses' runs to sustain a prep, and I think that sort of suits this horse, this preparation now. Sort of give her another month between runs, dodge the really good horses in the championships, bang.
Think it's as good around the bend as well as down a straight as well?
I think we'll find out, but from the way he spoke, she's still figuring it out. So I think more horses than not handle a bend and less handle a straight. And she handles a straight, and there's great races down a straight. So,
yep.
I'd be happy if I owned her.
Yeah. Sydney was interesting. A couple of my bets were Macarena was really sick. Timmy Clark would have that one back, I think. Sitting behind the outside of the field, getting cover, and then getting held up. which was a bit frustrating. Buckaroo, yeah, similar thing. Went back to Indian file and went back to last, which is annoying.
What was the thing you backed to beat Serpentine?
Zarek.
Oh my god,
that was sick. I was lucky I was on the plane because I would have called home. I reckon I would have crowed it for sure.
Living the brand.
I watched a replay. I'm like, what is this wrong? Like, what's going on here? And then it's somehow kicked back.
And it didn't just lose; it got killed. Like,
yeah, it was in front by half a length.
Oh no, yeah, it was bad.
Far said Serpentine got to $60 in run too.
Jesus,
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said in the group. Yeah.
Christ.
Renounce, whatever you have to say, women's one to follow. That was a good run, not suited. What else we got here? We'll touch on Orchestral first.
I loved its win.
Yeah, huge.
There's two ways to look at this though. There's like she was dour and a bit plain and not as good as everyone thinks. Or she's just not as sharp as the locals, and the further the race gets, fucking good luck.
Yeah, I agree, and I reckon it was like not suited at all. Stuff that we like it was -10 for the early race shape, and then they've had to sprint late when it's not suited at all. I reckon it'll be even better when the speed's on. When it's just even tempo or even, so even better, and over 2400, and you can see like through the line it was even like it sort of won, like it was a tough win, but then through the line J-Mac was gone past them easy. So
there was a bit of niggle there, wasn't there? Like I don't know if he was shit stirring or having a crack. I think he was sort of shit stirring, going, "You cheeky little bugger," because it was a great ride by Nash. He tried to pinch it.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it's interesting though. That's how J-Mac's. Like you gotta, as a jockey, what he said after he knew he would have done something like that, and that's knowing your jockeys, knowing the horse to the Levita, as well as like, Nash is gonna do something here, and he did, and some other jockeys might have got caught napping, I reckon, and credit to J-Mac to lift it over the line and get it done. But even J-Mac's ride, like it's gone from barrier 2 and he's landed in the box when there was speed outside it, hasn't landed in the first 4 in its whole career, 8-start career, never landed in the first 4 and it's drew barrier 1 and 2 a few times. So credit to J-Mac. If it doesn't land there, it doesn't win.
Let's go to another Will. One of the great steamers all time. Just didn't have a price. They just kept backing it. It was nice for a Victorian-based punter to watch one of our best riders do what she does best and just roll forward on a horse with confidence and just ease him through his gears. Like, this ride was like seriously good. I know I had barrier 4, but you can ride these sort of horses too pretty, and she didn't. She guided it through the up the rise. I love the way she rides these sort of horses. This horse, Paps, how good do you think?
It's untapped, isn't it? I reckon it's even going to be better. Puts itself into the race, which is something you want to see. It's through 21 for the Doncaster, which is going to be tough. But like it's a gun. It's around a peak number every single run on the stuff I'm looking at here. Peak number, and you rarely see that. Usually you see like a little drop off or something. So yeah, it's a good horse, and then obviously it's going to get even better with another spell in the paddock and come back bigger and stronger.
I think it's a beast. I think it's untapped. I think it's got an unlimited ceiling. It's going to have no weight. Wide draw is a setback, but if you're not on yet, it just gets you a better price if you like it.
$4, I can see at the moment.
The question mark that you have to have, and you probably just want to wait till race day now, is how these tracks are racing, because they're incredibly biased and they're, to be honest, poor surfaces in Sydney, and there's a stack of rain around. So he's had 2 starts on a heavy track for a win and a second. One of those wins, the win was a 1600 metre maiden at Maui. So, he's not fully sort of tested on heavy ground, in my opinion. He was beat on debut at Werribee on a heavy track. That's when he ran second. He actually, third place order to charge. Horse we got with Mitch Beer. Shout out to Beery. Please do a job with it. I think there's enough chinks to say $4 is short enough, and I'll probably wait and see how the track's racing, wait and see what the market says about him and other horses. Yeah. I don't think he's a heavy track horse yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Barrier 21, it's sort of like on the corner at Randwick, 1,600 metre, and then you got to like probably 450 to the next corner. So it's obviously jumps pretty well, and Jamie will just roll forward, or either trying to find a spot 3 wide cover. So if it lands in a good spot, if it can get 3 wide cover, and
that's
it's
the question,
track,
though, Tommy. I'd say there's no way if they go forward here. So say they go forward, I'd say confidently it'll be the fastest, most brutal tempo the horse has ever seen.
Yeah.
Like he's coming out of like 10 horse, 13 horse, 11 horse, 10 horse, 12 horse, and then a 16 horse field on Saturday. On Saturday, they had barrier 4 and 53. Now he's drawn wide, so you've got to go handlebars down. They're so competitive, these riders in these big races. They're not going to give it to us. She's going to have to earn it.
It's going to be a good race. Unfortunately, I won't be watching. I'll be playing. Hopefully kicking snacks.
We'll have to get the message to your cousins. Just go like, MR race 2, number 1.
Did they used to put up the quaddie numbers on the screen?
To, back in the day. Yeah. When I was playing, the club president, Brian Cloney, shout out to Brian, he used to read them out to me, yell them out.
That's great.
It's never good when you get it during a game, because they'll say, like, this thing won and that thing ran second and third, and you're like, fuck, well, where'd another will run? What happened to it? And then you got to keep playing footy, like. Mate, imagine if they ran out the scores to you.
Oh, imagine if horses found out. So my cousin's yelling over the fence, mate, another wheel's been held up, get out now,
Slaughtered.
Get out now.
Yeah, but that's what you want. You want slaughtered should have won. If they just read out the results, you're like going, like, was it suited, just not good enough, or like, was I wrong, or was it hard done by?
Yeah.
Joking, allegedly joking. Guys, calm down if you're calm down. Anything else with ponies, boys?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, or Paps, Gringotts in the last. That's a pretty big improved performance to come from a fucking long way back as well.
That was huge. I was against it because of the map, 3 wide, 1,200 metre race at Rose Hill, and won very nicely. So
pissed in, didn't it?
Yeah, you don't really you don't see many like horses do that at Rose Hill. Usually it's like up and in at Rose Hill, 1,200 metre. I suppose the track wasn't playing overly biased to the inside, and I think if anything, you probably want to be 1 or 2 off. But
it was a good Sydney track, perhaps for Sydney. It was a good track.
Yeah, it looked like I haven't reviewed it properly, but it was a good win. I'm just trying to get it run up now. In the last,
because I think it's also come back at Gelding as well,
it's around a peak performance first up, or peak performance first up. So you'd assume it will improve off that run on this stuff. I don't know. It was suited by the race shape Gringotts, which is obviously another thing. It was suited by the race shape, but still a good win, very good win. I was on Witherdale. It was pathetic, shocking bet by me. Sorry, punters.
Don't be too hard on yourself, mate. What about Hollywood Hero in this race? Ran 4th. It's the 11th best last 100 of the whole day. The fastest last 2 and 1 in that race. It's first up. It's the best number it's ever run, almost.
Yeah.
Had one other good number in its life. This could be in for a decent preparation, couldn't it? Never seen a heavy track.
It's peak performance first up. Drew barrier 13, and it can draw inside and land on lean on speed when it does that. So look for that next start as well. It's a good pickup. I haven't even looked at the review yet. So
hey, it's no one team, bro. I've just seen in the ownership, CS Tognolini. I wonder if that's Craig Tognolini. Used to coach me. Played my first game of first grade Paps with him when I was like 16, 17, and he put is a short little left footer, fatty, girthy, and he put a stack of Vasso on his eyebrows. Togs.
oh yeah,
I've never seen it before in my life, like till that moment. I still remember it down at Wollongong. Whatever
Was
that
it a
ground is. North
sunny day
Dalton.
and sunscreen on the forehead, or
Yeah, like it was just
Yeah.
top sweat.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
smart.
Is anyone putting Vasso on the eyebrows still, perhaps?
yeah. Toby Green.
There you go.
Toby Green smothers it right there. He just goes head first. He's pretty
Keep the
packed.
blood out of his eyes.
Keep his blood out of his eyes.
Other bloke's blood out of his eyes. Weapon. I reckon that's almost us, guys, for the Early Crow episode 27. Rolled along. I don't know how long it's gone for, but it felt like a quick one. So I think that probably means it's a good one. I hope you guys thoroughly, absolutely enjoyed the show. We'll be across your socials Thursday with golf and rugby league slides again. Mick Ryan. What do you do with the golf, guys? I'm sort of saying drop off Harry, like lightning doesn't strike twice. Probably drop off me. You got to find that next bloke that's going to strike. Who are we thinking? Who might hit the jackpot?
It'll be
Well,
interesting to see what the boys do now with how they play it. Do they play top tens in the Masters as well? Because you get ×3 as well.
Well, we've got the captain of the top 10 union here. What are you thinking?
what about? I think we've got to give a shout out to Dan Bowman. He's when he messaged me saying, "Oh, Dicko's told me about the golf thing. I'm in for round 2." I was like, "Yeah, mate, no dramas." He goes, "I don't know how you blokes don't back me." It's like I'm going to pants us all, and then comes out with a top 20 selection at $3. Well done, mate. Fucking well done. Shout out to you, Dan. Have a go at me picking top 20 winners. At least they're fucking $5 and above. Didn't even make money this weekend.
Yeah, right. Well, what are you going to do with them? Are you dogging them now again?
Nah,
Or are you going to stick?
Nah. Might have to slide up from the top 20s to the top 10s though, just to find a little bit
Beautiful.
more value.
Perhaps that's just one more we don't have to beat. How many top 10s do you need to hit to catch Harry not having one more winner?
Probably 2, maybe 1. How many more weeks we got left?
It'd be interesting what Harry does if he just now goes like top 20s all the way home.
Yeah,
That's what I should have done.
Harry.
That's what I should have done last tournament.
Hopefully none of them are listening. Hopefully Harry's not listening.
Anyway, socials, that'll be across your socials from us on Thursday. And then on Saturday, Eyes on Ponies, staking plan, multis, quaddies. I promise you, this Saturday, I'll win. I will win on Saturday. If I don't, come up with something in the comments and I'll do it, provided it's not permanent.
Shave your beard.
That's a big call. Don't want to scare the kids. Anyway, that's been the Early Crow episode 27. I hope you really, really enjoyed it. Sorry we forgot to ask you questions this week, didn't we? We didn't get any in.
Yeah.
Because we didn't send it out. We apologise about that. We'll be back next week, potentially with a guest. Maybe not, but we look forward to doing it all again next week. Have a great week, a phenomenal week, and bye for now.